So Onslaught losing 5-0. Hold on, let me check the other results coming into this, because this was the last game of the day. And coming into this game, Onslaught lost 5-0 to Selfless, that's A-Money's team. Then they beat Kings of Urban 3-2. So just bizarre results coming in from Onslaught, but it's kind of what you'd expect from them because they are such an inconsistent team. But Kings dropping a series or a set to Onslaught is very unexpected. Kings were looking great coming into this, and they did finish pretty strong. Like the standings at the end of the day, the only surprising things I would say is how badly Genesis did and how well. Like, I knew Vex were going to come out strong, but I didn't think they were going to come out this strong. Like, Vex did great. A-Money's team, like, Vex did better than I expected, although I expected them to come 5th or thereabouts. And, like, most other people had them at 7th, so I thought they were going to do good, or better than most people thought, but not this good. Like, they finished off 2nd equal for the day. So Vex coming in really strong. Selfless did better than I thought they would. I thought they were going to be, like, 2nd last material. And they actually they beat Onslaught 5-0. So if you'd swapped Onslaught and Selfless in the standings and swapped Genesis and Vex, then that's pretty much what I expected it to look like. But Genesis and Onslaught underperforming, Selfless and Vex overperforming. Congratulations to them. But that's just a little bit of background. Coming into this game, Onslaught were they were 3 wins and 7 losses. And iBP were they were 7 wins and 3 losses, so exactly opposite, if I'm not mistaken. I think. I'm trying to find confirmation of that. Yeah, iBP were 8 wins and 2 losses, so iBP were doing great coming into this, and Onslaught were having a terrible day. They were having an absolutely terrible day. So that's a little bit of background coming into this game. Onslaught needed something really badly after losing 5-0 to Selfless. Like, losing 5-0 to Selfless if you're Onslaught is probably... That's almost like a nail in the final nail in the coffin in your first game. You're just like, oh well. Pack the bags, guys. That's it. Our chances of qualifying are gone from qualifier number 1. So iBP apparently score a goal a minute and a half in. Is this Lawler? Is Lawler going to be the prophet? 40 seconds. I'm looking at the clock. Like, I don't know, Espeon's redirect there is kind of pointless. Like, the ball's already in a dangerous position. You don't need to take yourself out of the game to make it, like, pretty much the exact same as it was previously. The only reason to go up for that is if he's going to redirect it straight down, I think. Like, redirecting it further up doesn't really accomplish anything, but redirecting it straight down could be good, because that could surprise the defense. Oof, Gambit should be scoring that. He hit it straight at Classics. Yeah, I think we got Leafix and Lawler on the cast right here. And again, another shot straight at the goalkeeper. Like, why doesn't that shot just go high over the crossbar? Like, hitting that shot high over the crossbar sets it up perfectly for one of your teammates to redirect the ball, or to rebound the ball. Good play by Kuro to dribble out, or to clear that ball to the left, or his left, into empty space. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's not the worst idea here from Husky, but he's got to hit that ball so much harder. Like, I think he should have just kept pushing the ball, because he relinquished possession by trying to hit it and just mishitting it completely. or just not getting the power that he wanted. They pointed this out though in the cast, and winning 5-0 is huge. If you can take a 5-0, it's like you've crushed the opposition team's chances of qualifying almost. They have to win so many games. Like they have to win 4-1, 5-0 to come back from losing 5-0. It's a bit of a mistake there from Gambit. It's unusual for him to just hit the ball straight into the player who's already on the wall blocking his clear, or intercepting his clear rather. Husky getting a little bit too far in field before approaching that one. He like took away the shot angle for himself. Gambit was trying to drive out there to the midfield to get the mid boost, which is really good for him to do, just to relieve pressure. I'm not sure what happened here. Classics is just really slow there. I don't know why he's turning so slow. You saw him, he used boost at the end, so he had boost. He just delayed using it for so long, which is really strange. Oh, that's such good play. Unlucky. The demo was nice. The demo was good. Crow just bumping Gambit for no reason. It's a little bit of a misplay there from Gambit. Not what he wanted to do, I'm sure. If he just got under the ball and backflipped there, he could have flicked it high for one of his teammates behind him. I think it was Lachinio. That's good play by Crow. See, flying off the wall in that position, what Kronovi just did, he did take an opponent out the game with that touch. And that's what you've got to ask yourself when you go for those crazy off-the-wall touches. Like, are you taking an opponent out the game with this, or is it just pointless? Are you just hitting the ball straight back into their awaiting arms? Oh my goodness. Okay, right, iBP power again. Just bundling everybody forward at the ball and it somehow works. Like, that shouldn't... yeah, like it shouldn't really work that well. Bit of a slow rotation back from Onslaught though. Like they just left their net open. And speaking of leaving their net open, oh, classics! Why did he rush at that? He just like smothered it into the wall. If he just waited, he could have waited for that bounce and then scored. And now they're getting scored on the other end. It's like a 2-goal miss for classics. You could have made it 3-1 with 25 seconds left instead of this. Oh dear, Husky just whiffing that one as well. It's definitely over now, but... Husky, Classics, all are both making lots of mistakes this game. Espion's... oh dear, they did it again! Stop leaving the net open. It's so dangerous. They're going to get scored on eventually, and it could be the difference between a win and a loss. Obviously it's not here because they're already losing 4-0. But just to get into the good habit of staying in goal and kickoff, I don't know. Teams, they're almost like admitting that they're going to lose a goal eventually if they leave the net open on kickoff. It's going to happen eventually. They're going to get punished. Yeah, indeed. All games are important. I agree. Yeah, of course mistakes happen, but this is my job. What I'm doing, being critical and pointing out mistakes, this is what I do. This is actually what I'm supposed to do in my position. Like, I am the analyst here. I'm analyzing the mistakes of the pro teams. And of course, playing against pros is going to make you make more mistakes because they're going to punish everything that you do wrong. But that doesn't make the mistakes... like, it doesn't make you're not allowed to, you know, point out the mistakes. You know what I mean. Shut up, I'm going to make fun of everybody. Okay, well done by Gambit there. Yeah, like 2 people defending the front post there is not necessary. Somebody should be a little bit further back. Like, I'm not saying I could have played the situation any better, but for sure these guys can. There's no doubt in my mind that these guys are capable of, you know, playing these situations to a higher level. Well done by Classics right there to be in position to attack that ball. He didn't drive in too close like we've been seeing a lot of teams do today, but he did whiff the aerial when he got there. So good idea, bad execution again. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Get out of there, Lichinio. Oh, Gambit just too good. Lichinio's like trying to turn there to do, I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh my goodness. The double touch rebound, instant recovery, and then scoring the finish as well. Really nice play by Gambit. The recovery there is the most underrated aspect. Like just getting his wheels on the ground and getting back into the action straight away. Kronovi right there, I don't know why he cheats forward so fast to get the mid boost. Like I'll show it again, just so in case nobody knows what I'm talking about. But if you notice what Kronovi's doing on this kickoff, look how far forward he is. He's already in the half. If he just waits back a little bit further, he can hit that ball and pick up the boost as well. You don't need to go all the way up and take the boost if nobody on the other team is going for the boost. Like, he can see that nobody's challenging him for that boost, and he can just, you know, slow down a little bit, hang in his half, see what happens in front of him, and then drive forward and take the boost and the ball.
Oh my goodness, that was almost an insane play. Man, it's crazy to see though, like this ball gets cleared to complete opposite side of the field, and then you have 2 iBP power players just swarm the ball ready to go and face on it. And that's the thing, it's like when you get beat to the ball in every single
Very impressed by Gambit this game. Everything he's done has just been very deliberate and very, like, yeah, just very good. Like that hard clear, taking out the entire opposing team, and then he makes it up for the finish as well. For Onslaught there, they just need to make a wider rotation. Again, somebody was just stuck on the near post there with no momentum and no ability to intercept that ball. If you just make a wider rotation across the goal, you can intercept that pass easily. Also, not getting caught out by the hard clear is pretty important as well. That's good play by Lichinio to intercept that. He did well to be on the wall preemptively. Can Classics convert? Oh, okay. Well, in fairness, it's really hard to know if that's going to roll up the wall or just bounce straight back, so we'll let him off for that one. Lichinio, no, Kronovi rather. We're seeing this happen a little bit where pros just fly up onto the wall and miss the ball just by a tiny bit, and then they land on the wall. They're like, quickly jump off the wall. Oh, what a finish by Gambit. Oh yeah, so Gambit's literally scored all the goals. I see. Beautiful finish by Gambit. Espion's like, thanks mate. Most of the time the ball doesn't go up that far from the kickoff, but sometimes it does. So therefore you should try and position yourself so that you're ready for, like, by positioning a little bit further back, Kronovi's increasing the array of things that he's ready for. He's making a higher percentage play. Like, the kickoff could go to that side maybe, let's say 40% of the time, and it can go in front of, if he drives that far forward, it's going to be behind him 20% of the time, in front of him 20% of the time. If he just goes back a little bit, maybe he's going to be facing the ball 30% of the time. You've got to think of it like that. Kronovi with the pass into the turtle. Beautiful. Good job by Kronovi though to be on the far post though. It's a strategy I really like teams to do in attack. Just having one guy way over in the far side of the pitch, not even way over, but in the other side of the pitch. When you're centering the ball from the left, be on the right with one guy so that you're out of vision. Well done by Kronovi to finish that. He did what Classics could not do earlier. He waited for the bounce before hitting the ball. Like, sure, if you're being challenged for the mid boost, because sometimes you cheat forward and go for the mid boost on kickoff, and one of the opponents also goes for the same one, and if that happens, then yeah, you're gonna have to race him for it. But if you see that nobody's going for it, you can just slow down a little bit, just hang back that a couple of car lengths, and you're gonna increase the percentage of balls that you're able to reach.
It's going to fly back out to the last defender. Espeon up very nicely. Keep that in the zone. They're putting some pressure on. A minute 20 left in the match. 4 goals is going to be very hard, or maybe they're just trying to prevent that 7-1. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Oh, I'm yawning.
They're controlling pace so
That's a good pass by Gambit. Again, Kronovi and Lachino both going for it though.
making sure to land on all 4 wheels. And when you see the car have that kind of purple streak down, it means they're going in.
I think the problem that iBP Power have in attack is one player will see the ball and think, oh, I can totally score this. And then another player will see the ball and think, oh, I can totally score this. And then they both go for it. Instead of communicating beforehand, like one of them can say, I'm on the left, the other guy can say, okay, I'm on the right hand side. Then if the ball goes on one of those sides respectively, the player who's on that side can go for it. And if it goes in the middle, then they'd have to communicate pretty quick and just like call each other off it as fast as possible.
They're doing so well right now is keeping ball possession. Whether it's going on target or not, they're keeping ball possession, and it's getting very difficult for Onslaught to make any attacks.
It doesn't just have to be left and right as well. It can be, you know, I'm close. You can tell like Lachino here, Kronovi can tell him, I'm right behind you. And then Gambit can say, I'm on the right hand side. Oh, Gambit's on the left hand side though, that's a mistake. See, Gambit should have been on the right hand side there. What's up, the Tom Moore? How you doing?
Last 10 seconds as we have our crowd cheering us down. This ball maybe going to get another one. They're just going to let that one roll into their own net.
Oh, it didn't go in, but
No 7
nearly.
for us today, but still an absolutely dominating game.
Close, close.
This is going to be a hard next few games for Onslaught as we're seeing the full swing.
Lachino with the donuts right there. Bit of a quiet game.
I mean, Espeon did a very good job of challenging his balls high up in the air and keeping his team at least in the zone. But we're going to have to see some more.
Yeah, comms are a big part of Rocket League. Efficient comms. Like, comms in Rocket League need to be so efficient because the game is so fast compared to other esports where you can be more methodical and plan things out. In Rocket League, a lot of things will just happen and you have to call it immediately and you have to call it efficiently. If you're like taking 20 words to tell your teammates what you're going to do, then that's too many words. You've got to use 2 or 3. You've got to like choose words very carefully as well. You can't say stuff like, "Oh, I'm going to go for a hit here," and then they're like, "Wait, you're going to hit the goalkeeper? You're going to hit the ball? You're going to hit what?" You know, you've got to use words that make sense. Like shot can be the word that you use to hit the ball, and bump can be the word that you're going to use when you're hitting a car, that kind of thing.
Start off a goal almost. Gambit trying to carry that one down the whole way, only 10 seconds into the match. As we play in a nice peaceful park, iBP still looks to try to continue on this slaughter. Man, you say it's a peaceful park, but if you expect a slaughter...
Yeah, I'm aware that one of these games gets replayed. Oh, what a save by Gambit. It's a really, really good save. I think one of the casters was in analysis mode when it happened, though. iBP Power joke around a lot in the comms. Yeah, dude, sure they do. I'm yawning a lot now. I'm definitely getting pretty tired. Gambit right before, see when Classic swift that ball, Gambit didn't need to hit it away like he did. He could have looked to control it and like dribble it infield, maybe take a shot or throw it across the goal. And when I say a throw, I mean when he gets the ball on top of his car and then front flips to get multiple contacts and like launch the ball forward with a flip. Control. Well done, Lachino. Well done. He didn't immediately hit the ball away straight into the awaiting arms of Espeon.
Looks like Onslaught doing a very good job of getting that ball first. The shot just off the crossbar from Husky would have been
He did that time though. It's a big panic button. Got hit by Lachino. Excuse me. Lachino is very good at like intercepting clears. Marky has complimented Crow's banter off stream. Well, of course, people are going to be different on and off stream because they're being more polite and things on stream.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, they're going back and forth with how they're playing.
Just because you don't want to upset people for no reason. Husky just slamming Crow away. Crow's extremely close right there. You see him like edging close. He wants to get closer and closer to the ball just so he can get there quicker. But then he's making it more difficult for himself to get on the end of a ball if it pings out to the right hand side of the pitch or goes deep. Like he's gonna be slower to the ball. This advertisement though. What am I being subjected to here?
Allow things to formulate and play your game. Don't let iBP player have you play theirs. Well, it looks like they are.
I used to love Gibbs' communications. Like every time something went wrong, he'd just be like, "No, it's alright. We got this." Just like brush it off. It's fine. We're good. He did a lot for that team. You saw like when he was missing and then it was the A-Money sad Crow team and you heard that, oh dear, the cringe-worthy comms moment where they were losing like 7-1 to Orange Creamsicle.
Everyone expecting him to hit that ball, and he doesn't, and it just slowly drifts in. I mean, this is a unique hit.
That's a really good hit by Espion, to be fair. Very difficult to save. Lachinio should get something on that though. A player of his caliber should not be just straight whiffing the ball. And no, he was not going for a block. He was not predicting a hit from, I think, Classics who was flying. He was just flying in the wrong direction. Sad is not. No, Sad just like was the quiet one. You don't all have to be talking a lot in comms. There was not that much wrong with Sad Junior's comms, to be honest.
Especially with a team like Selfless coming in and getting a win. Something like that's going to really help Onslaught in the rankings. But if shots like that keep happening, they might be able to pull a couple more out. It's just a matter of staying consistent.
I think Sad Junior had a lot more problems, or bigger problems than his comms, from what I've heard. But you know, congratulations to him. He's found a good new team now. Good to see him with Fireburner and Jacob playing very well. I think that team suits him better anyway. What was the cringe moment on comms? It was just like they lost the game really badly and Cronovia was getting a bit upset. Like you know that like obviously Cronovia, he knew why they were losing and he was trying to communicate that to his teammates, but he didn't do it very effectively. He just made it sound as if he was getting upset at them instead of trying to be, you know, positive and encouraging. Gambit just saying, my ball. What did I hear about Sad? Just that he didn't play the game enough. Like, there's a work ethic to pro gaming. Some players just play the game a lot and they get good because of it. Like, it's no coincidence that if you scroll through the leaderboards of like most goals, most MVPs, most games, you'll see a lot of names that you're used to seeing. Or a lot of names that you recognize as pro players, because they just play the game a lot. They've got a good work ethic when it comes to the game. They just practice. And that's how you get good, you just practice. Most pros will say that whenever they get asked the question, yo, what's the secret to getting good? They'll say, you know, play the game.
Going into this, do you think iBP is going to pull away with another Onslaught or Onslaught? They're going to keep being relentless with it. So if they can keep doing what they showed a little bit in little glimpses of last game where they play it, you know, into the wall, they're trying to beat one man, you know, take it one step at a time, they might have a pretty good opportunity with it. All right, we'll see if any plays can develop early on in this game.
Sad was disappointing. I didn't really see much of their game. I don't know what game got streamed. Oh, okay, well done. Espion just got this on the right side of the goalkeeper. Again, that's a really bad clear by Lucino though. He's got to put that into the corner.
Luckily for Classics, he was there waiting for it and able to play it back in. Espion waiting up for the follow-up. Yeah, Gambit reading a bad bounce on that one. Just going to say him out of position for a save with that roller. Can Espion get it?
Kings of Urban adapted very well to Vex in the Rocket Royale finals. They had the perfect game plan to counter Vex's strategy. They were just sitting back, letting Vex clear the ball straight at them, J-Ra in particular, which is giving away possession after possession by soft clearing it in Kings of Urban's general direction.
About a minute in. Classics, good block to keep that aside. They're taking a page out of iBP's book now, it looks like. Just keep that ball possession. Don't give it away. If you can just put it to the side.
Nah, the casters dealt with the disconnect very professionally, in my opinion. I think the whole thing was handled very professionally. Oh, nice play by Lachinio, by Kronovi rather. And again, just a really good play to keep that ball alive in front of the net. And Gambit going for the double touch off the crossbar, I like that also. Like, these ideas are fine. They're going to work enough of the time for it to be worth trying. Oh, I don't like Kronovi going for this, so okay. That's fine. Kronovi tends to like park his car, like right here, look what he's doing. Why is he doing that? Just get out of there, Kronovi. Gambit could have gone for that ball, but Gambit's scared to move in because Crow's like just flying around in a circle. It's funny that just as I was about to say Kronovi tends to park his car in front of the opposing team's net, he goes and does it, so I didn't know that was going to happen. But that's exactly what I was about to talk about, is like Kronovi he kind of finds himself in front of the opposing team's net, and he's like, yeah, this'll do, I'll just stay here. And if he just rotates out there, Gambit can go in with confidence that he's not the last man back. Because he'll see Kronovi rotating behind him and he'll have confidence to attack the ball and use his boost aggressively. But if he's afraid to go in for that previous ball where Kronovi was kind of flying really awkwardly because Gambit's worrying about, A, I might bump Kronovi, I might take Kronovi out of the game, Kronovi might take me out of the game, if I miss then we have no defender. Like, there's so many things that are preventing Gambit from going forward, and it's all because Kronovi won't rotate out sometimes. And I don't know why. Because Kronovi's a smart guy. But I hope that he knows he's doing that, because I've seen him do it quite a lot. And it's definitely detrimental to iBP in some situations. It can work sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to stay up there and look for the redirect or the block. But not all the time. You can't do it as much as Crow does. Immediately restart at disconnect. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to watch. They probably have rules for that, and they probably have like a rule that says the admins are allowed to change any situation after the fact, just to give them the absolute ruling on this. That's a good attempt by Crow. That was a kind of situation where it's okay to find yourself up front looking for the redirect, because Crow was stealing the boost to the back post and the ball pings across with a pinch towards his position. Nice play by Crow there. A couple of really good dribbles by Crow. Oh dear, Gambit. Why is Gambit flying out for that? Okay, let's see this. No. Yes. Yes. Score. Easy for classics. I mean, to be fair, it looks like Crow was back in the game and he was just like getting boosted in the corner instead of defending, and then he stopped because he was like, this is actually happening. That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, obviously that should probably just be restarted. The game was tied up at 1-1. You can even like score 1 goal each and then bring it back to like 1-1 with 2 minutes remaining and play it out from there. That's so funny. Kronovi played very well this game though with his dribbling. He was very good at maintaining the ball in his team's control. Gibbs would be valuable in one of the top team. I think Gibbs is much more valuable as a coach / life coach for these young professionals. Like, a lot of these guys don't know how to communicate to each other. Or, just for example, let's say Kronovi wants to tell Lachinio, hey Lach, you need to do this a bit better. And I'll just leave it as abstract and vague as that, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the issue is. But let's say that Lachinio identifies an issue or rather Kronovi identifies an issue in Lachinio's game, and he wants to help Lachinio out with that. If Kronovi goes to Gibbs and says, hey Gibbs, I think Lachinio could do this better, and then Gibbs says, alright, thanks Crow, I'll look into that. And he looks at some VODs, maybe looks at some replays, sees, yeah, Kronovi's right, Lachinio could improve this aspect of his game. And then Gibbs goes to Lachinio and says, hey, Lachinio, do you mind watching this replay with me? See right here, you could do this, you might want to do this a little bit differently, so on and so on. That's a much more healthy environment for Lachinio to learn from, because Gibbs is the neutral guy, and he's the coach, so he's universally respected. And it's not like it's not like Kronovi's coming in and flaming his teammate, or blaming his teammate, or making him feel like, you know, he's worse. That little seal impression by Crow right there was pretty funny, where he's just holding up the ball, trying desperately to get it clear. But yeah, coaches are going to be a big thing in professional Rocket League, because these guys, they're young, they're going to say things that they regret, and if they just if they go to their coach with suggestions for teammates and what they want their teammates to do, it'll be far more healthy for them as a team than if they just, like, you know, talk to each other and say, oh, I think you should do this, so I think you should do this, oh, I think you do this bad, well, I'm better than you because so and so. Like, things will get hot-headed, because that's what it's like in competition, and you need to have that middleman. Oh. Why are we... Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's a huge problem, not just in video games, but in any sport. Like, sometimes you have really young and inexperienced individuals who just don't know how to communicate, like, constructively between each other. Like, the information that pros have to share with one another is often very, very true and useful, but they're just not able to communicate that to one another without sounding like they're blaming their teammate or making their teammate feel like they're losing, that there's a lack of trust between them, things like that. Like, just to maintain levels of trust and to make them feel, well, just, it's good for team atmosphere. I'm stumbling over my words, but I feel like I've explained my thought process on this matter. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, Gibbs will be good at that. He'll be a good father figure. Oh yes, fight! Okay. Oh, beautiful fight night right here. Everybody's just getting stuck in. I love it. That's a horrendous clear though. And what on earth is Lachinio doing? Like, Lachinio right there drives forward to try and get in the way of a goalkeeper, cause some disruption, and then he, like, jumps up in the air looking for some, you know, 5% of the time play. About 5%, it's working 5% of the time maybe, or less. Yeah, more recently, Gambit trying to communicate in-game, like, why him and Lachinio were losing to Marky and Doomsy. The things he was saying were absolutely true, but the way he was communicating it was not healthy. Maybe the timing of it wasn't good either. It just, you know, props to Lachinio for dealing with that. Oh no! Double crossbar. You gotta put these in. How long before we see a lot more dedicated coaches for the scene? For most esports it takes a while, but Rocket League as an esport is definitely growing faster than most other esports did. So if that growth continues, we could be seeing, you know, dedicated coaches within this year. There are already coaches. Like, I've coached teams in the past and done, like, just like small, and they're like, most of it's been freelance, but like dedicated coaches could be, you know, a proper thing. They already are, kind of. It's just not that professional. Like, how many coaches in Rocket League have got the absolute final say on a roster or, like, on a decision? A lot of the time it's just like pros they'll say, oh yeah, we've got a coach, it's nice, he'll sometimes help us, but, you know, we're the real deal, we know what we're on about, we're the professionals here. Alright, Gambit just got a little bit too patient there. It was good that he was trying to slow the play down, but he got dunked on. It was pretty obvious that the dunk was coming, and he should have flipped to make his hitbox a bit better, instead of just sitting behind the ball with a flat car. You can sit behind the ball if you're playing the Octane a lot more often because it's got the taller hitbox, so you don't need to flip into the ball to get the tall hitbox. You already have it naturally.
Behind you in the corner, I'd be kind of afraid, and that's when you need to rely on communication. Having your teams be like, "All right, man, you got 3 guys behind you. Take it slow. You know, if one of them wants to pressure, we got your back." So
Lachinio probably should have stayed with that ball
I'm sure talking plenty, but
instead of running away.
can always improve on.
Shot off the sidebar. Espeon
Oh
trying
dear, did Classics just land on Espeon as well? What on earth is going on?
iBP still down a goal as they make an attack on the offense. We'll see if Kronovi can get some start up. Good turnaround, but Lachinio and him get a little bit mixed up, leaving Gambit back to defend. He's going to beat out that attacker from Onslaught. Espeon up in the air. That's on target. Classic with a redirect.
What a save from Classics. You can see what he's trying to do. Not the best execution though. Oh, what a shot from Espeon.
Off the roof.
What an absolute laser.
Yeah, when the balls are up that high, it's like you expect the ball to loft down and you get your trajectory going. But when it hits
Again though,
a
like,
little bit more pace on it,
that ball's only half clear. It's been soft cleared to the midfield by iBP, and somebody should identify that threat that is Espeon and not advance out of the net, because there was nobody in the net ready to attack that ball as it came down off the ceiling. And it happens a lot, you know, a ball will get half cleared or soft cleared, whatever you want to call it, and then a pro team will be like, alright, let's go, counter-attack, all guns blazing, everybody, let's go. Let's get out of our half, and everybody moves forward. Then the ball gets fired straight back into their danger zone, and they're like, oops. That's a great pass and goal. Really nice goal.
man, great pass play coming out of this team. Husky plays it a little bit touchy.
That's not a very good touch by Husky, but the pass to Crow was perfect. Like, Crow is... He's got a pick and mix of how he wants to score that one. The pass was just so good.
To get at one side of the goal, and I shoot it at the other side of the net. There is pretty much no physical possible way for your car to get there. So using the angles to their advantage to put another goal in net, making this a wonderful game.
What a read by Espeon. He got an absolute monster clear on that ball as well. The great power on that clear. Oh, not again. Okay. Sort of passable clear by Husky. He did well to hit it to the side somewhat.
Serve issues. Classic. Keeping that to the side. As iBP needs to put one in. 30 seconds left. They're starting to make a play. Lachinio getting a little bit of a bump from Classics. Puts that
I mean, at this point, 30 seconds. You just have to defend your net. Why is Espeon in the net? Stay at the back post. Okay.
still in their possession.
Unpunished.
Good plays coming out. Lachinio
It's so hairy.
gets the touch.
It's just nobody's ever ready to attack this ball. And the previous one.
Two guys in defense for this onslaught.
This is just so poor.
They need to send
They could have easily closed out this game.
Seconds left. They're starting to make a play. Lachinio getting a little bit of a bump from Classics. Puts that
Like right here, we see Espeon drive into the net, and he's like, "Sup."
pinch off Lachinio.
Like the ball didn't get shot on target, so it didn't matter. And then we see Classics like, "Sup, I'm in the net as well." And then he pieces out like, what on earth? All Classics had to do is chill at the edge of the box and then attack this ball. Classics right here, don't jump forward. He should be like off to the right of the goal. And then when the ball falls down like that, he should go up for it from the side because he's got an angle to actually drive at the ball. I don't know. I don't know what that was from Classics. Just like jumping across the goal.
secure this last one.
Are they losing it in regular time as well? Are they going to lose this?
Maybe he's trying to get something up the wall.
Okay.
Trying to get a bump up, but that's going to drop. And we're going into overtime in this redo of this game on the kickoff. Classics going to get beaten out by an iBP. Kronovi, Lachinio up in the air.
Oh, danger.
Going to get contested by Husky.
Cheeky. Lachinio just like, oh, it's the ball. I might as well do something with this. It wasn't terrible for Lachinio to intercept that pass.
So far as
Try and flick it up. It's perfectly fine.
Espeon pushing that one out. They need to get a break out of the zone now.
That's a reasonable touch. Again, though, Kronovi's just like parked his car in front of the net. And then Gambit's at the back. Like, we see this a lot. Kronovi will just be chilling in front of the other team's goal. Gambit will be at the back, sweeping up all the mess, like slips through the holes that are left by Lachinio and Crow. Like, there's always going to be holes, though. I'm not saying that as a, like, way to blame Lachinio and Crow. There's always going to be holes in your offensive rotation, and that's why you need the third man back.
They have an opportunity here.
Oh my.
Espeon, no! This overtime, they have an opportunity here.
Oh, like, why is Espeon there? Why is he there? Why?
Actually try to get a win, and that ball just settling down. I think he expected his teammate there to pop it back out, and that's the thing. I mean, when you expect your teammates to do certain things, other ridiculous things like that can happen.
Well then, what a way to end the game.
That's really rough. Look at
That is
absolutely
something special.
Try to get a win, and that ball just settling down.
50 seconds into this overtime. They have an opportunity.
Oh, like, why is Espeon there? Why is he there? Why?
What they're doing, they're just doing it, and they're doing it.
Oh, he's just like in no man's land, driving in circles. Like, where does Espeon want to be? Well, I'll show you where Espeon should be right here.
Seeing a bit of hesitation come out of Onslaught, and that may be their downfall.
Oh dear.
You know, iBP isn't.
So right here, Espeon's driving forward initially to try and get some sort of attack going. The ball gets intercepted because it wasn't hard cleared, and it's now getting pinged back into defense. Where does Espeon have to go? He has to drive like straight back across like his box, get out of the way of his goalkeeper, and assume the position or the defensive position at the back post. But he drives to the near post, right in front of his goalkeeper, and then he drives forward. So his goalkeeper at this point is just like, am I supposed to go for the ball? Is it mine? Is it yours? Because they're both defending the near post. There they are. So yeah, we see Husky was in fact defending the near post right here with Espeon right here. Espeon should have just driven all the way back behind Husky so that Husky could have gone up for this ball and challenged it. And then Espeon wouldn't be driving back at his net in the middle of the box. He would have been at the back post. And when this happens, he would have just been able to walk it away instead of like own goaling it. Like, it looks like he's just made some sort of mechanical mistake, but it's 100% positioning. He's just mispositioned by driving in circles at the near post instead of getting out of getting out of no man's land, basically. Getting out the way of your goalkeeper so that Husky can go up and make that challenge with confidence that he's got someone behind him. Oh dear. Just really, really bad defensive rotation at the end.
Shots coming out from Kronovi. Absolutely insane. They seem to ramp up at the end.
Like, Husky did bang his head off the crossbar, but things like that are going to happen. Mechanical mistakes are going to happen. And, like, Espeon could have prevented that if he just... When he realized that, he wasn't going to be in a position to challenge the ball, he should have just driven all the way around the net to the back post so that Husky could have had confidence to attack the ball that was coming in with full knowledge that Espeon is behind him to sweep up any mess. Husky, though, is probably just sitting in net, looking at Espeon driving in circles in front of him and thinking, well, is Espeon going to go for the ball? Is he going to move out and rotate behind me? And then as soon as Espeon finally rotates, Husky's like, well, I guess I go for the ball now, which is late because Kronovi's already, taken possession. And then Espeon still hasn't rotated in time to the back post to prevent that from going in. It's just so bad to drive in circles in the near post like that. As a wasteland. It's interesting. But yeah, that was their game to win. It was just bad defending for the final 2 goals.
Yeah, this is a tough call because I know a lot of people were saying that iBP was probably going to pull us out, but Kronovi himself said they weren't going to. So this is going to be an interesting matchup, especially with some of those rolls shot from Espeon already.
Who picked this map? Does anybody know who picked this one? Did iBP pick it?
Some of these matches, so hopefully they can pull it
Oh, that's unlucky. You could try on the infield pass. I like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things too, especially when it comes down team. Games like this, and you get so accommodated to doing the same type of things with the way that the ball is going to land, how the trajectory is going to go.
Yeah, I think.
And
Yeah.
kind of throws it off Kinner.
You get so accommodated.
And players and these teams
I think you meant to say accustomed.
on this map before, so I don't think
I shouldn't make fun of the casters, though. They've got a hard job. And I think they're all doing a fantastic job. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I've said that off stream. I've said that to pretty much anybody who's asked me. There are definitely some things that could be done better, but, I mean, everybody's still learning. All of the community casters for Rocket League are still learning. And the good thing is that everybody's, well, so far that I've met and worked with, has been very, very helpful and worked to improve one another. Nobody's, being selfish. So, awesome to see 6 community casters getting involved with RLCS. Truly.
this team on Onslaught is a little bit afraid still. There's things that, like, the iBuy power team...
Espeon backwards in the net once again, and then Classic's kind of doing that thing where you just drive forward at the near post, then get stuck underneath the ball. If he just hangs back there and looks at the rebound as it's happening, he can take it at the same time as Gambit does and just deliberately miss. Just go for the rebound like you would if you were Gambit, but instead of scoring, just miss, just hit it the other way. Instead of driving forward and looking to turn, and then you turn around and Gambit's already there, rebounding it into your net.
But he didn't jump up in time off that back wall. That's what resulted in the last goal there from Gambit. We'll see if Espeon
Yeah, you pick DFH Snowy to disguise the cars in blue team. It's a legitimate strategy. Also to disguise the ball. Are the curves on the wall different? Like where the wall meets the floor? Are they like more like are they bigger curves on DFH Snowy? Does DFH Snowy got a bigger cup size? That's a nice bump from Latch. Really good play. You might as well do that bump whenever you center the ball like this. Like Lachino, he was actually there just looking for a redirect, and then he sees the opportunity. He's like, well, I might as well body the goalkeeper.
Sitting underneath, it's hard to read how high that ball is going to go compared to where you are, and it ends up not working in Husky's favor, but working in the favor of iBP Power.
Gambit winning out that kickoff, but his teammate can't start up a play. Renovi back and fully boosted. Is going to get that one up in the air, but Espion once again, always the first up to that high flying ball. Renovi trying to get a touch, but no defenders.
Well then. What a goal from Gambit! What a bullet. I think he calls that one the bullet. That's what he named that shot. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the clock with a 2-goal deficit. Probably not the time to throw the kitchen sink at the opponents and commit 3 people forward at the same time. Analysis is just saying what you think. Casting is you say what you see. Analysis, you say what you think.
That's the iBP we've come to know and expect. So, play back
This goal, though. What? It's just incredible pass by Lucchino. I remember this on live now. What just happened? What? Oh no. Oh no. I lost my moment. Where is it gone? I think it was the 4th goal, wasn't it? Here it is. Yeah. That's just beautifully done. That's a great goal. That's incredible. Like Lucchino or Kronovi probably even like called this. That's insane. Beautiful goal.
And Lucchino setting up one of the best goals I've seen all day. That was gorgeous. The recognition for Kronovi to stay in there on that.
Gosh, it's one of those things that we talk about following up your shots is very important. And these guys.
Well, I mean, the whole idea of like method versus intuition is that a lot of the kind of random situations that happen in Rocket League where players are forced to make a decision which is really difficult. It's like, do I hit this, do I leave it? And they've got a split second to make the decision. A lot of that comes down to, were they in the right position in the first place or not? And if pro players just position their cars better, they give themselves easier decisions to make. But by, you know, creeping forward a little bit too close to the ball, oh, what a great attempt by Crow. Gambit with the backflip. But yeah, if they just position better, they don't move too far forward than when they shouldn't, they, you know, just identify threats efficiently and quickly. Like, if you see somebody coming in for a hard clear from your opponents, just like move into the position to intercept that hard clear as fast as you can. Like, just positioning is so important. And if you position properly, you're going to give yourself easier decisions to make, so you don't need that intuition as much. You can actually just know and, you know, use your mythology. You can use your methodology to decide what to do. Really nice bump again by Latch. Well done. Second time he's done that this game. And you might as well. Like, after you've centered the ball, why not just go for the goalkeeper bump? Well done.
But that's the thing, they don't leave room for error right now. They're literally covering all bases on that shot, and it makes it so you don't have any chance. They completely starve you in every aspect of the game.
Kronovi again rushing the mid boost. I think if he just hangs back a tiny bit more, he's going to have a better hit there. I've said that earlier as well. Like, his cheat doesn't need to be that fast. Like, slow cheating is underrated. Often, even going for the middle so that you're first to the ball when it doesn't move, you can end up taking yourself out the game if the ball like just bounces up high, or if it goes slightly behind you diagonally on the kickoff. Like doing a fast cheat is not often the best thing to do. Like, I actually like slow cheating, where you just advance yourself a little bit, but not all the way, just like halfway to the ball, or like on your way to the boost in mid. Hardly ever see anybody doing a slow cheat. It's all about getting forward as fast as possible. Oh, what a miss. Probably doesn't matter because you're down 6 with 40 seconds left, but not the best accuracy by Classics.
Redirects, he cannot. Kronobi with an easy save. As iBP looks to take this one, they probably want another goal. They're going to probably start to style at this point that they have a lot of grace period, grace goals going on 30 seconds into this. They can let in 6 and be fine.
How do you watch the RLCS? If you want to watch the RLCS, then follow twitch.tv/Rocket League. Just one word, Rocket League. That's the channel that all of the RLCS games will be streamed on. Well, not all the games, but any games that are streamed live will be streamed on twitch.tv/Rocket League. So definitely follow that channel if you want to see games live from both the NA and the EU region. I'm just doing a VOD review from their channel. Like, this is the Rocket League channel, and this is just a video from their channel. I got permission from Psyonix, or I don't know if it's from Psyonix or Twitch. My ignorance is very apparent right now, but I tweeted at who did I tweet at? Let me look.
One of those things that between those two teams, it makes it really tough, especially because when those plays develop, there's certain things.
Why do I have so many notifications on Twitter? I'm quite new to Twitter. For anybody who wants to follow me, I'm exactly the same name on every social media, JohnnyBoy_I. So be sure to hit me up on there. I should try and tweet more often, actually, whenever I'm doing things like this. But yeah, regardless, I tweeted, I talked to Cloudfuel, I asked what should I do about this, because I want to stream VOD reviews, and I wanted to know if that was okay to do, because I know that Monte Cristo did it for League of Legends, and I got the go-ahead to do this, so that's pretty cool. And it's pretty fun, I enjoyed this. I'm going to call it at that though, that's the last one, that's the last VOD that I'll do right now, but I'll take some questions from the chat. If anybody's got questions, then feel free to ask them now, and I'll sign off in like 5 minutes or so. And if you want to guarantee that I'll see your message, tag my name at JohnnyBoy_I in the chat, because it lights up red. I haven't been able to get anything else to light up red. I've tried to make stuff like @Johnnyboy lights up red, but it doesn't seem to work. So for now, you're just gonna have to tag my full name if you want me to spot it more easily. Who do I expect to come first in the EU groups? Flipside. Flipside tactics. I think that Flipside, when they struggled in the past, it was because they felt like they were number one. They didn't really have anything to prove, so they didn't go in with that fire. But now I really feel like Flipside, they've had a fire lit in their team, and they're gonna want to go in and prove that they are the best, because they're not ranked number one in the power rankings this past week, but I think they probably will be the following week, assuming that they do well this weekend. My predictions for the tourney, if you mean who's going to qualify in NA, I'd expect, iBP Power and Kings to take the top 2 spots. And then I said Genesis, Genesis then Mocket were my 3rd and 4th placed predictions. But after Genesis's bad performance today and Vex doing so well, I would say that I would not even be surprised to see Vex and Mock take that 3rd and 4th place if they can keep up their stellar performances. Because Genesis really did start off very badly. They lost, they beat Vex 3-2, but then they lost 3-2 to Kings, and they also lost, where's their other game that they lost? I think they lost 4-1 to somebody. Did they? Am I not seeing it somewhere? Yeah, they lost 4-1 to Cosmic. So I expected more from Genesis against Cosmic. But as for EU, I think that it will be Flipside, Mocket, Weedham Girls, Kapow, Dutchman, RG, Precision, Effort. There's my top 8. Do I play Rocket League? If so, what's my solo 3's rank? Of course, yes, I do play Rocket League. My solo 3's rank is like the star with the hole in it. I don't know what it's called. I don't like solo 3's very much. What do I think about Orbit's performance today? 6 wins, 14 losses. It's to be expected. Geno Cup was their best player and he's not playing. And that's, put them in a really rough spot. Kirk's planning on no comms throughout all of our LCS ? I don't know. I don't actually know what Kirk's plans are. I really would love to see him just come out of his shell and communicate with his team all the time. It might hurt his play in the short term, but in the long term it can only benefit him and any team that he's a part of. Am I a pro caster? Well, you know, I do cast Rocket League. You can see me on various Rocket League related channels. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know when I'll be casting. I'll try and tweet out anytime I'm doing casting. All of the community casters for RLCS are from NA though, just for, I think it was logistical reasons. Genesis were all 3-2s, not a horrible start. Yes, it's not the worst start ever, but Genesis were definitely looking to start off stronger than this. My favourite player to watch, Marky Duda. I love watching my boy Marky, not just because he's my friend. I've met him several times in real life. We're good friends, but his play is the play that I try to model my own game around, because I think he is just very efficient with his play style, not flashy, which is exactly what I like to be. Who do I think will win the entire tourney? Flip side. Do I think Selfless can keep up their current record, or will the 5-0 be their only good result? I don't think they're going to finish off this strong. I would be surprised if Selfless managed to maintain their 5th place position. I'd expect them to drop to 6th or worse. But they surprised me so far. Why don't I have a Glaswegian accent? Well, I could if I wanted one, but it'd be difficult to understand what I'm saying, so I didn't really put that on very often, except when it's requested. But then again, how would you know? I can have a bit of a Glaswegian accent if I want to, but I've lived in all kinds of places in Scotland throughout my life, so not just Glasgow. Piers, Mucka and Air are making a move to a more defensive playstyle. As a result, they seem very slow and passive. In the long run, it could be positive. Mucky versus iBP and our Rocket Rail. Yeah, good to point out for a positive playstyle. Do you think it's a worthwhile change, or are they becoming too passive? Mucky, I really love their offensive rotation. They hardly ever send 2 players with the same ball. They're all very good in the air, and they're all very good off the wall. They're all very good at rebounds, which is very important if you want to be just beating defenders to the ball. Their problems in defense were never that they weren't defensive enough. Their problems were just like they would soft clear the ball, and then everybody would look to get up and counterattack and cheat forward, and then the ball would get pinged back into the danger zone, and nobody's there to intercept it because they've already, vacated the goal line. They're also, making near post rotations a lot, which is not something I enjoy to see. Have I been to NA? If so, what do you think of us Yanks? I've not been to NA, but I think the Yanks are great. Sounds more Edinburgh. Yeah, I went to school in Edinburgh when I was in primary school. I was born in a place called Livingston. Livingston! Which is just a small... Well, it was a small town when I was born, but now it's a bigger town. Player with the best spacing so we can learn from them? What do you mean? Do you mean spacing like dribbling? Marky Duda's probably got the best spacing, if you're using the same word that I understand. Spacing to me means somebody dribbling the ball forward, but not like dribbling it on top of their car. Just pushing the ball forward, keeping it bouncing, and keeping it closer to them than their opponent. So they're the one who will be in control of any challenge that happens. Any phrases you have noticed Rocket League commentary uses too much? Well, I mean, I've been a bit bad for saying just the same words over and over again. Just vocabulary is really difficult when you're casting. Like, I used to say crucial all the time. I'm trying not to do that. I even used to make up words like adaption, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not a word. Is there MVP for the tourney? And even if there isn't one, who do you think will be the best player at the tourney? Plater. Yeah, who's going to plate the best? Nah, best player for me today was Gambit. I was very impressed. Other players who caught my eye, Garrett G offensively, not so much defensively. I think he got caught underneath the ball in no man's land a lot in defense, but in attack, Garrett G was very, very impressive. Fireburner, I didn't get a chance to see him today, but yesterday I was very impressed by Fireburner in Rocket Royale. He was able to snipe the curvy part where the roof meets the ceiling above the opposing team's goal with lots and lots of hard clears, and that sends the ball it just comes forward and bounces straight down. Aggression, playing scared to be used too often. Yeah, maybe. I've not noticed playing scared, or well, I suppose. Yeah, sometimes you could definitely say that those things are oversaid. I mean, so far I've been impressed with the casting so far. I think the production quality for Rocket League Central has been really, really good. My only thing that I would complain about is that they didn't host Scrub Killer after they were done. Scrub Killer for his 13th birthday. But I think that's going to do it for me. Seems like chat is